I'm healthier than most 20-year-olds, and my blood tests prove it. That's not an exaggeration. It's the result of over a decade of research and self-experimentation by Dr. Ethan Walker, a renowned genetics professor at Stanford University. At 54, he hasn't just slowed aging, he's reversed it. Look at his photos from 10 years ago. Compare them to today. You'll notice something shocking. His body looks, and functions, younger than ever. Is it luck? Good genes? Not even close. The truth lies in a handful of powerful changes that anyone can apply. If you're 45, 55, or even 65, if you're worried about memory loss, chronic fatigue, or creeping illness, then this story could change the way you live the rest of your life. In the next 10 minutes, you'll uncover science-backed strategies the pharmaceutical industry won't talk about, and learn how an average person can reset their biological clock, stay sharp, move with strength, and feel fully alive, without drugs or surgery. Stay with us until the end, because sometimes, one small decision can save the rest of your life. Have you ever wondered, why do some people feel vibrant in their 50s, while others feel worn out by 40? Dr. Ethan Walker asked that same question. As a genetics researcher at Stanford University, he had access to the most advanced biomedical tools. But what surprised him most didn't come from a lab. It came from understanding how the human body works. I used to believe aging was inevitable, he said, but the deeper I dug, the more I realized, aging isn't destiny. It's a process, and every process can be altered. A radical idea. Aging is optional. In his book, Rewriting Age, Why Getting Old is Optional, Walker introduced a bold concept. Aging is optional. This isn't marketing. It's backed by decades of research, thousands of test results, and, most convincingly, his own body. When he had his blood tested, the results were stunning. Testosterone levels similar to a man in his 20s. Blood sugar, inflammation markers, and cholesterol all in optimal range. Biological signs of aging? Nearly non-existent. And he achieved this without prescription drugs or surgery, only through strategic changes in his daily habits. Aging doesn't look the same for everyone. As Dr. Walker explains, some people age by the calendar. Others age by their choices: poor sleep, bad food, lack of movement, and stress. But here's the truth. You get to choose which path you take. After decades of research, Dr. Ethan Walker did something few people dare to do. He tested his real biological age. Not the number on his birth certificate, but the actual age of his body, based on biomarkers found in his blood. The results stunned him and his colleagues at Stanford. At 54, my health markers matched someone around 31. This wasn't wishful thinking. It was backed by real, measurable data. Testosterone, higher than most men in their 20s. Fasting glucose, stable and optimized. No post-meal crashes. CRP, inflammation marker, exceptionally low. Cholesterol and triglycerides, healthy levels. No medication needed. Longevity genes, sirtuins, mTOR, AMPK, properly activated, signaling peak cellular performance. All of this pointed to one extraordinary truth. You don't have to surrender to aging. You can negotiate with it. Brain biological age, not calendar age, is what truly matters. You might be 60 on paper, but if your body is functioning like 40, you can expect many healthy years ahead. But if you're 40 and your blood reads like 70, that's a serious wake-up call. That's why Dr. Walker calls regular blood work the mirror of truth. He explains, once I knew what age my body really was, I stopped guessing. I started making precise decisions based on data. And that changed everything. If biological age is the mirror of your health, then your heart and lungs are the engine that drives youth. Dr. Ethan Walker discovered something remarkable. How you breathe during exercise says more about your age than your birthday does. And one of the most powerful ways to turn back the clock is exercise until you can't speak a full sentence. He calls it training beyond comfort, pushing the body into higher heart rate zones. Microscope the science. Your body rejuvenates when pushed. When you push your body into high-intensity states, whether it's sprinting, uphill cycling, or interval training, your heart, lungs, and mitochondria, your cell's energy engines, are forced to adapt to survive. This isn't just about burning fat. It's about triggering deep cellular repair, generating new mitochondria, improving blood flow, reducing systemic inflammation, and even activating longevity genes. If all you do is walk leisurely, your body maintains, but if you challenge it, it evolves and rejuvenates. Walker explains. Brain Zone 2 and VO Max, the golden duo. Dr. Walker used a blend of two key workout types. Zone 2 training. Moderate intensity workouts, 45 to 60 minutes, that improve metabolic health and cardiovascular endurance. Think brisk walking, slow cycling, stair climbing. VO Max workouts. Short bursts of high-intensity training that maximize oxygen capacity. Boost brain health and support heart function. After 6 months, his VO Max increased by 20%, rivaling athletes in their 20s. The results? Better sleep, sharper memory, and stable blood pressure without medication. After optimizing his workouts and tracking biomarkers, Dr. Ethan Walker turned to his third pillar of youth, nutrition. Not flashy diets like keto or carnivore, but a science-based strategy to turn on longevity genes and silence those that promote aging and chronic disease. The human body is a biological system that responds to every bite. He says, food isn't just calories, it's genetic information. Brain eat for your genes, not your cravings. Instead of eating by emotion, Walker follows nutrigenomics, the science of using food to influence how your genes behave. Here are his core principles. Eat by your circadian rhythm. No food after 7 p.m. Eat within an 8 to 10 hour window. This supports autophagy, the cleanup of damaged cells. Eat anti-inflammatory. Cut refined sugar and seed oils. Prioritize leafy greens, berries, fatty fish, and nuts. Feed the mitochondria. Eat foods rich in polyphenols, olive oil, green tea, turmeric, and pomegranate to fuel youthful cellular energy. After 90 days on this plan, his inflammation markers, lipids, and blood sugar all dropped significantly, without medication. Pill supplements, precise support when food isn't enough. Though he prioritizes real food, Walker still uses a few targeted supplements, personalized by blood and DNA testing. NMN, nicotinamide mononucleotide, boosts NAD, vital for cell energy and DNA repair. Resveratrol plus quercetin, fights inflammation and activates SIRT1 longevity genes. Magnesium glycinate, vitamin D3 plus K2, omega-3, support metabolism, bone, and heart health. Berberine, balances blood sugar, comparable to metformin, but natural. Food is medicine, but sometimes, medicine is precision, he says. When people think of anti-aging, they often imagine expensive drugs or futuristic therapies. But Dr. Ethan Walker insists, if you don't fix your sleep, nothing else will work. On his journey to reverse aging, he considers high-quality sleep his fourth pillar, just as important as exercise. Nutrition and biomarker tracking. And it's not just about getting 7 to 8 hours. It's about sleeping in sync with your circadian rhythm. During the golden repair window, brain-wise sleep is the most powerful rejuvenation tool. While you sleep, your body enters deep repair mode. Boosts growth hormone, HGH, rebuilds muscle, repairs tissue, and burns fat. Cleans out brain toxins through the glymphatic system, supports memory and prevents Alzheimer's. Balances insulin, reduces inflammation, regulates blood pressure, critical for heart and metabolic health. Walker measured his hormone levels and inflammation before and after 30 days of optimized sleep. The results were shocking. Morning cortisol down 25%. CRP, inflammation marker, down 18%. Melatonin levels up nearly 30%. Deep sleep increased from 50 to over 90 minutes per night. Quarter moon phase. His 3 sleep rules are surprisingly simple. Sleep before 10 p.m. to capture the peak biological repair window, 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. No screens after 9 p.m. to avoid blue light disrupting melatonin. Keep bedroom cool, 64 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Cooler environments support deeper sleep. He also uses a few natural aids. Magnesium glycinate to calm muscles and nerves. Glycine to lower core body temperature. Chamomile tea or L-theanine for light sedation. Sleep isn't rest, it's silent cellular surgery. On the journey to reverse aging, there's a hidden enemy Dr. Ethan Walker calls the silent saboteur, chronic stress. You can eat clean, train right, and sleep well, but if your mind stays in danger mode, your body can't rejuvenate. Walker found that long-term stress disrupts the entire neuroendocrine immune axis, turning on aging genes and shutting off longevity genes. Brain dopamine, the double-edged sword of modern life. We live in a dopamine-saturated world, scrolling phones, Binge watching. Endless multitasking. Each hit releases dopamine, but the more artificial stimulation we get, the less joy we feel from real life. Walker calls this dopamine burnout, a state where the brain needs more and more to feel less and less. The result? Cortisol skyrockets, sleep suffers, heart rate increases, and immunity drops. Person in lotus position. His solution: slow living with purpose. Walker doesn't run from tech, but he creates rituals of reset to balance his nervous system daily. 10-minute morning meditation to activate the prefrontal cortex, which governs emotion and decision-making. No phone for the first 60 minutes of the day, resets dopamine baseline naturally. 20-minute daily outdoor walk, no earbuds, activates the parasympathetic system, lowers heart rate and blood pressure. Evening gratitude journaling, 3 things, boosts oxytocin, the anti-stress hormone. After just 21 days, his morning cortisol and HRV, heart rate variability, improved dramatically. We can't eliminate stress, but we can build a nervous system that bounces back. When Ethan Walker turned 50, he realized something profound. You can't improve what you don't measure. What you feel isn't always the full picture. You might think you're healthy, but silent inflammation, metabolic imbalance, or hormonal shifts may be undermining your well-being without any warning signs. That's why I treat blood work like my biological GPS. Every marker is a signal. And I've learned to listen. DNA from guessing to precision. Each quarter, Walker runs a comprehensive blood panel to track over 50 key biomarkers, including inflammation, HSCRP, Illinois 6, metabolic health, fasting glucose, HbA1c, insulin, thyroid, TSH, free T3, free T4, hormones, testosterone, estradiol, DHEA, cortisol, liver and kidney function, advanced lipid panel, ApoB, LPA, HDL, LDL particle size, vitamins and minerals, B12, ferritin, vitamin D, magnesium. He uses the data to fine-tune his diet, exercise, supplements, and sleep, adapting his protocol to match his biology. Upward trend. The truth can sting, but it saves lives. Walker remembers one test in 2021. He felt fine, still eating clean and exercising. But the labs told a different story. Elevated insulin, a warning for prediabetes. High HSCRP, indicating internal inflammation. Low testosterone, affecting mood and muscle mass. He adjusted his sleep routine, added healthy fats, and started berberine. Within 60 days, his levels normalized, without any prescription drugs. The difference between aging and anti-aging can be a few points in your hormones. And you'll never know unless you test. After dialing in his nutrition, exercise, sleep, and blood work, Ethan Walker turned his attention to a hidden variable: the living environment, where we spend over 90% of our lives. If the body is software, your environment is the operating system. And if that OS is polluted, even perfect code won't run well. High voltage digital detox, reduce electronic noise to allow cellular recovery. Walker used to spend 10 to 12 hours a day in front of screens. His eyes were strained, his brain overstimulated, and his sleep disrupted. After studying the effects of blue light and EMFs, electromagnetic frequencies, he implemented a routine of cyclical digital detox. Turn off Wi-Fi at 10 p.m. Turn it on after 6 a.m. No phones in the bedroom. Uses a simple analog alarm clock. Blue light blocking glasses after 8 p.m. 1 tech-free day per week. Called a digital Sabbath. After 3 months, he noticed major improvements. Deeper sleep, lower resting heart rate, sharper focus during work. Home redesigning. Home as an anti-aging sanctuary. Walker believes your home should be a recovery lab, not a stress zone. He redesigned his space based on 4 principles. Biological lighting. Warm lights at night, daylight bulbs in the morning. Natural materials. Wood, stone, linen, to reduce exposure to synthetic chemicals. Clean air. HEPA filters and indoor plants. Quiet zones. Minimalist decor. Acoustic insulation. And a personal, recharge corner. You don't need to live in the woods. Just make your home a place where your cells can breathe again. At age 50, Ethan Walker discovered a powerful truth in the anti-aging process. It's not just what you eat or how you move, it's when you do it. Why? Every cell in your body has its own internal clock. When you live out of sync, your energy drops, Your brain ages faster. And your hormones get scrambled. The body doesn't need more, it needs better timing. Walker realized that late dinners, late night work, and irregular sleep caused cortisol to spike at the wrong times, melatonin to drop, testosterone to dip, and insulin to linger too long, all of which accelerate aging. By studying chronomedicine, he aligned his life with his body's natural rhythm. 5:30 a.m. wake up with natural light to trigger healthy cortisol. 6 a.m. light outdoor movement for dopamine and serotonin boost. 7:30 a.m. high protein breakfast for blood sugar stability. 12 p.m. light, low sugar lunch. 4:30 p.m. intense workout during peak testosterone window. 6:30 p.m. light dinner. No refined carbs. 8 p.m. turn off screens. Use warm lighting. 9:30 p.m. deep sleep window for melatonin and growth hormone release. DNA results after 90 days. Hormones of a 30-year-old. Walker retested after 3 months. Morning cortisol normalized. No more fatigue at sunrise. Melatonin nearly doubled, deeper. Dreamless sleep. Testosterone rose by 32%, increased energy and muscle tone. Improved insulin sensitivity, no more belly fat. Your body doesn't need to work harder. It needs to work on time. At 54, Ethan Walker isn't just healthier, he lives like a completely different man than he did a decade ago. No more morning fatigue. No more anxiety over blood tests. No more sleeping pills, joint meds, or blood pressure drugs. Most importantly, he reclaimed control over his body. DNA: the 9 pillars that helped reverse his aging. Anti-aging mindset. Aging is not decline, it's adaptation. Regular blood testing. Let data guide your health. Out of breath workouts. Activate your survival genes. Intermittent nutrition. Eat at the right time, not just the right food. Deep restorative sleep. Treat sleep like a form of medicine. Smart supplementation, personalized, not trend-driven. Digital and home detox. Clean your environment to heal your cells. Biological rhythm syncing. Align your hormones with nature's clock. Gentle discipline. Stay consistent without being extreme. Your body isn't betraying you, it's responding to your choices. Speech balloon message from Ethan. You don't need fear to begin. You don't have to wait for pain, exhaustion, or scary diagnoses to make a change. Start today, with one small thing. Go to bed on time. Drink water. Get sunlight. Rebirth at 50 isn't a science fiction dream. It's real science, if you're consistent and clear on what truly works.